I do think women um like an attractive man. Who wouldn't?
We
I
would
think that goes
prefer.
to both. Yeah, would prefer. I think both men and women both want attractive partners. That's a given. However, I do also feel like what Tam was saying as well is that I think women will have a tendency to over not weigh so much on just the looks department. Like if other things come with the package and the guy may not be as attractive, and let's say like what you were saying, they may be have money, or well he treats me like I've never been treated before, he puts me first or whatever, that they would weigh that as well and say, well, yeah, he might not be that cute, but he does all of this. Well, when I get with him, I'll fix him up, so I do think women will have a tendency to not only make their judgment based on looks, where I think men will not just that they'll say, I don't want an overweight woman, I want them, and they be overweight themselves. Like it's like are you you want to expect something without putting in the same work. So yeah, men, I definitely know men who have made comments and stuff like that. Actually, was it last week when we saying something and Trill was like, nah. I was like, so she meet all of your requirements, because they would talk about what the fit, feminine, submissive, and friendly or something like that.
But the fit was lacking.
Right. And I was like, well, what if she doesn't have the fit part, but all of the other stuff? And they were like, nah. And to me, that's I mean, I think that's crazy. But I think on a woman, for the flip side, when it comes to looks, I do think that they would consider, well, if the guy has all of these other things and is just the looks, they would entertain him. But if it was looks and ain't got no money, then I think they'll be like, yeah.
So then you one or the other. So okay, he may not be able to get a man with money, but if he's a looker, I'll go for him. Or is okay. So the epitome,
But do he possess all
ideal
the other
guy,
qualities?
the
If he's
ideal
single.
guy is nice looking and he has a good job. That's the ideal, right? Then the next thing would be okay, he may have security or he may be a good looking guy. Because people will argue that women do go after the good looking guy and he don't have nothing. Okay.
I was about to
That's
say,
why
I know some very good-looking men with zero security, and it's a hard pass.
well, for
Hard.
you, we're talking in general.
In
There are
general, I've
women,
seen
these
women
women,
deal with men because they look good, but they ain't have nothing else going on.
The
Insane.
fine Pookie.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
The
So,
fine ass Pookie.
so for some women, it's safe to say for some women, the looks may be the top priority. For other women, it may be security. For all women, looks and security.
I
I
And
mean,
think
you
that's
know, nice
the
people
ideal
both.
situation is
I
a
usually
woman
want
wants,
both.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's the ideal situation. I think most women want a good looking man that got money. But we
That would be
realize that that's a rarity.
okay, I got a question. This is kind of off the subject. Do you go for is it a face thing or body? Which is most important?
I think it's
mm,
all.
I think it's a little combination, just a little bit,
Yeah,
just a little
both.
tiny bit of both.
I've never seen a good-looking face with a bad body.
I have.
Have you?
The fuck?
I think it's all just like
They out there.
what's
I
going.
think I
Like
would
I
like
don't
for
know.
the face to be better looking than the body because we can work on the body. We can always work on the body. You can work
Somebody's.
on that
You
face.
can't always work on the
You
body, Tam.
somebody's.
You can,
That
No,
body
no,
is
no,
the
no.
body. There's
you can
parts of
dress
that
that
body.
body up. If you can't
It's
work on that
literally
body,
dudes who got women body like they have like no muscle tone.
you can dress that body up.
Oh,
to make it
I
look
don't mind skinny. Like not
I didn't say
skinny, but
skinny.
like I don't
Skinny can
mind
be
like
toned
non-muscular.
or
Let me say
non-muscular.
that. Yeah, like I mean at the same time it's just like, I got body, so where you at? Like, do you have any? I don't know, but I've never seen a guy that's like
But sometimes if the face isn't always
Face card
where you
isn't
want
there.
it to be,
But that body
the person,
popping.
no, but the personality. That person, no.
You're
We're not doing this
so
tonight.
crazy.
We are not.
Every time we mention
You're not
personality,
gonna
that'd
sit
be
here
her
and tell
face.
me. No, but Sam, we're not doing this tonight because you're not gonna say you're an ugly dude. He and he got a great
I didn't say
personality.
ugly.
Don't do it. I know many guys with great personalities who are
I
single.
didn't say ugly. I said the looks aren't up to par. It's a difference. I didn't say ugly. And ugly is in the eye of the beholder.
It is.
What may
Sam,
be
that
ugly,
kind of man really has to be saucy. Like he's got to have the sauce. He's got to have the bag. He's got to have the swag. He's got to have the confidence. He's got to be able to, really get that connection going. I feel like they have the hardest.
but you have those in
They
between.
have it the hardest.
You have those in between, not the fine ones and not the ugly ones, but that in between.
The in between is cool though. When he's a little, like he ain't no beautiful kid, like he ain't no pretty boy, but he got this little.
And the personality bomb.
And then he can dress nice. He's got like a nice fitted tailored suit.
Sam, I know what you're talking about because I dated one of them.
You said what?
I said I know exactly what she's talking about because I've experienced that where I dated someone, and of course, I was younger too, but dated someone, and everybody was like, "Yo, like, why is she with him?" Would say that to my best friend, would say stuff to me like, "Why are you with him?" And it was really because he was such a dope dude. It didn't matter at that point. I was attracted to him, but
So,
I mean,
ugly, like
I don't know. I don't want to say. I would say I was attracted to him,
okay.
but other people couldn't understand why I would be attracted to him in terms of just physical. I mean, he had a very nice body wise, he was on point. Face wise, I guess that's what people were looking at. But for me, I still found him I was still attracted to him because it was more to him than just his facial features. He was a great guy. He was just great.
And those guys deserve a chance.
I agree.
They deserve a chance.
Well, Tara mistaken gave him a chance. Anybody else wanted to add to that?
When you're like dealing with these like guys, do you take into consideration like what possibly your children would look like?
Listen, I think I'm cute enough for the both of us to make some beautiful babies.
Okay.
Okay.
Until that baby show up.
And I think his future, his wife now, my ex, I seen, on Facebook or whatever, or whatever. I've seen what his wife is, and they have beautiful children. So
first of all, it's a gamble because I have seen two very attractive people make some, I don't mean to talk about people's kids, but make some funny looking babies. So I don't think that just because two people are attractive, that's going to equate to a beautiful child. Like, you just never know. Listen, I remember in high school, y'all, I used to be in love with Omar Epps. Oh my God. When Love and Basketball came, I was like, oh my God, I love him. I'm going to marry him. Like, I just love him. And I remember my English teacher told me, she was like, Tamra, think about your children, what would they look like? And I was like, he is fine. Like, what are you talking about? He fine to me. So that's why I say it depends. Like, what might be attractive to me may not be attractive to somebody else, because I still think that man is fine to this day.
Well, being fine doesn't mean that you'll make nice looking children.
Well, that's exactly what I said. So it doesn't. So when somebody said, okay, if I get with a man that's not as attractive, I think I'm cute enough to the point where we're gonna have some decent.
But you do consider it. You do consider the offspring.
Not necessarily. No, I'm not shallow in that aspect. To
Okay.
where
your offspring, that's shallow.
respectfully, because at the end of the day, two very attractive people can still make a funny looking baby. I have seen it happen. So I'm not dating a man and I'm like, oh, I got to think about my kids, but he checks off all my boxes, but I'm attracted to him. He may not necessarily be attracted to maybe you guys, but what matters is if I'm attracted to him. And if he's checking off everything on my list, why am I going to miss up the opportunity, pass up a good man because I'm like, well, our babies might not be that cute? That's shallow. That's shallow.
I was about to say, Tam, we be thinking the same way. Two ugly people can make a beautiful baby, and two very attractive people can make a very unattractive baby. And I've seen it both ways. But again, also beauty is submissive. Like subjective, not submissive. It's how you see that person. There's people that I've dated. My friends are like, they don't say he's ugly. They go, he's not my type. Okay. I mean, he's good for you, but he's not my type personally. So that's how I know that my friends found the people that I dated unattractive, because it always fell into the bucket of he's not my type. And by the way, Tam, Omar Epps has a beautiful daughter. I don't know if you just saw that she graduated college or high school, something like that.
She is pretty.
She's very pretty.
And most people think, I have heard it for years, most people think he's not an attractive man. But look at his wife. She's beautiful. Yeah. So you just never, at the end of the day, it's a gamble when you're procreating with somebody. It doesn't matter how attractive they may be or may not be. It's still a gamble. You don't know what your child is going to come out looking like. People just need to be praying for a healthy baby and stop putting so much focus on looks. Like,
how about intellect? Do y'all how about for your kids with intellect?
That too. At least mate with somebody that's intelligent so your child could be smart.
I mean, wouldn't that be the same thing, Tam?
Like, but are you even having sex?
Wouldn't your smarts be able to make up for the both of y'all?
No, but you ain't having sex with someone who don't stimulate your mind in the first place. So you ain't even procreating with them.
Everybody's different. Not
everybody is different. I will say that people are having kids with people that don't have a lot upstairs, for sure. But for me, if you ain't got no intellect, I'm not even going to be sexually stimulated by you.
Well, I wouldn't even be attracted to you to even want to go there. Like, even if you are physically attractive, to go to the point where I think we're going to be in a relationship just because you're physically attractive, but you're dumb as a doorknob, I wouldn't even be attracted to you at that point. I would just be like, oh yeah, he got a nice body, but he's dumb as, like, and that wouldn't be attractive to me at all whatsoever.